telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA consent is prohibited.
And it is win.
Good evening from Panzer Athletic Center on the campus of Montclair State University, and welcome to the round of 32 and the NCAA tournament, the Division III level. Hello everyone, CJ Staniak alongside Ryan Nussbaum. Tonight, a clash between the Montclair State Redhawks and the Western New England Golden Bears. Ryan, strong performances from both of these teams in the first round. Only one team can advance to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, and we're going to be treated to two really good basketball teams here who both have two different philosophies when it comes to the game. Western New England's roster has a lot of size and experience, and they really shine in terms of efficiency and discipline. The Golden Bears may not be the flashiest team in the NCAA, but man, they play winning basketball. And on the other side for Montclair State, I mean, they play the game at a blistering pace, CJ. I mean, they are also dangerous from downtown. They get those three balls all the time, so they are just as equipped to blow by defenders as well. So there's a lot of scoring in bunches as well for Montclair, so stopping the Redhawks is going to be a challenge. So they say styles make fights. You know, today it's not going to be an exception.
As we mentioned, both of these teams victorious in the round of 64. Let's get you caught up to speed on how both of these teams are playing today.
Play Division III Men's Basketball Championship. Seeing a spin move, he loses it again. Paluzzi on the other end, takes it himself, goes coast to coast. A bounce pass, catch and shoot, count it and one.
What a drive to the basket by Nate Casper, able to get the and one.
Golden Bears get control. Bang! A big shot from Hank Morgan. He gets the triple.
Western New England has done a great job from the free throw line.
As
what
the
a
ball's
defensive
loose,
play.
Golden Bears get it. Going down the court. Layup is in.
It's the play of the game, Ryan. Hood was able to get the steal on Morgan, and they were able to get a transition bucket. My goodness, what a job.
What a performance for Western New England. The Golden Bears are moving on.
64 teams start the field. After tonight, there will be 32. The march is underway from Panzer Athletic Center. Right away, Utica will attack the rim. It was Jordan Kane, and he misses the mark. Foley with 4 on the shot clock. An awkward three, it goes down. Hagan Foley, a tough shot. Turns around, he's got a Kane for 3, and he got it. Flanagan wants a deep 3, he connects. Morales, another 3. You can't leave that open. Here come the Redhawks. Jackson, a 3. Shimon! Mike Jackson has put the Redhawks up. A Jackson 3, splash.
Mike Jackson feels like he's back into this game.
Pass is deflected and taken by Jackson. 2-on-1. Jackson bounce pass. Sering, second try is good. The Redhawks are moving on to the round of 32. A 22-point victory. Terrific performances from both the Redhawks and the Golden Bears, but we also have to talk about the women's side of the national tournament. 2 New Jersey schools making it to March. Stevens, the MAC Freedom champions, took a trip down to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania for the first round, and that is unfortunately where their season ended. A 64-46 loss to the Bullets, and it's a terrific season for them. The other team hailing from New Jersey, though, Montclair State, a different result. They stun 26-1 Christopher Newport down in Washington, D.C., a 3-point 5-point victory makes them 1 of 32. Ryan, Christopher Newport was ranked 3rd in the country in the coaches poll. They were 9th in the media rankings. This is a shocking upset to most, but I'm sure if you ask the Redhawks, they say otherwise.
I mean, they put the whole bracket on notice after that stunning victory, but something that's not that surprising is that NJAC Rookie of the Year, Alyssa Craigwell, put on another clinic. She finished with 27 points on 11 for 19 shooting, along with 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks on top of all of that. She was all over the captains from the opening tip to the final whistle. But, I mean, this team has been, turning heads and pulling off these upsets all season. So, again, it really shouldn't come as a surprise that MSU pulled through yet again.
Picked as the dark horse in the NJAC Conference. Now they are rolling to the round of 32. They will play tonight. So let's see where that takes us for both of these Montclair State teams. The women, as I said, they will tip off later this evening in the second round against SUNY Geneseo, who also pulled off the upset over Catholic in their home gym. That one will certainly be exciting. The winner is Sweet 16 bound. On the men's side, it should also be very interesting tonight, Ryan, and some similarities with these teams as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we're about to see a matchup with a lot of parallels. Western New England won their first conference championship in 25 years. They defeated Suffolk University, a team that has defeated the Golden Bears in both regular season matchups. The title game had to be decided in overtime. So if you're a Montclair State fan, that scenario should really sound familiar to you because, I mean, it was basically the same story for the Redhawks. So their paths to the round of 32 are pretty similar, but only one of these teams will advance to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, one of these teams hoping to still be dancing by the end of the night. The NJAC featured 4 teams in this year's national tournament. We know the Redhawks advanced last night. Let's check in on the rest of the conference in the round of 64. Ramapo, also chosen as a host team, they will advance thanks to a 5-point victory, but that is where the NJAC success runs out. The College of New Jersey loses a thriller to Pitt Bradford, and Stockton also has their season come to an end. A tough loss to Ithaca. Ryan, the 2 NJAC finalists are still alive, and for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, the Roadrunners were pushed to the limit once again. It took 2 overtimes for Ramapo to put away Claremont Mud Scripps 89-84. The Peter Gorman and Jordan Myers show was just too much to handle for them. I mean, 25 for Gorman, 23 for Myers, respectively. There was no time for them to celebrate because, I mean, at the end of the day, because University of Mary Washington's coming away, that game tips off in only a few minutes, so they got to get right back to business today.
Yeah, this is not the first time that these 2 teams are playing against each other, but Ryan, don't think we were around for the first matchup.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, man had not landed on the moon the last time these teams played. Their one and only matchup came back on February 7th, 1969, where Montclair came away with a 78-73 win. The game actually took place right here at Panzer. Today in the tournament, the stakes are a little bit higher, and it's up to this generation of players to see who comes out on top.
Long enough ago that we were unable to obtain a box score from that game, so certainly going to be different stakes and also just different circumstances surrounding everything. Both of these coaches are making their first tournament appearances, first round of 32 appearances on the year, and similarly, both coaches have kind of come in and turned around the programs.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Coach Tab was named CNE Coach of the Year for the second time in 3 years. He really put together a strong group of players, 3 all-conference players in his starting 5. He collected the program's first ever NCAA win yesterday, and now he's looking for more. But then on the other side, of course, you have Coach Justin Potts, who recently led a really impressive revamp for the Redhawks over his tenure. He installed that style of basketball that emphasized the speed, the 3 balls, the fast breaks, and the ruthless aggression on defense. So it's been a breakthrough season for the NJAC coaching staff of the year, and they are going to look to try to apply that pressure on the Golden Bears tonight.
No doubt that both of these coaches want that first taste of the Sweet 16 and potentially even beyond. Well, Ryan, big wins for both of these teams in the first round. Definitely lessons to be learned and adjustments to be made. If you're the Golden Bears, how can they learn from yesterday and earn their way to the Sweet 16?
Yeah, the key to their 83-73 victory over Hamilton College was their efficiency. The Golden Bears shot 24 for 35 from inside 2-point range on Friday, shooting 52% overall from the field. They were clutch from the free throw line as well, hitting 29 of 37 from the charity stripe. Western New England's defense was also ranked as the best in their conference throughout the season, and they really showed why yesterday. They caused 20 turnovers and easily converted them into 31 points. Fundamental basketball carried the Bears to a big win. They did a great job shutting down opponents from mid-range and in the paint, but now the challenge is going to be responding to Montclair State's three-point shooting. It's certainly going to be a very big test for the Golden Bears today.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned Montclair State's three-point shooting, because as for Montclair State, you really normally can't complain about things after a 20-point win, but I think that they'd like to come out stronger than they did against Utica. They really struggled there in that first half with the three ball, and really a struggle offensively for the majority of the first half. Ultimately, the Red Hawks were able to pull it together. You just can't let the game get away from you against a Western New England team who now, not only their first tournament appearance in over 20 years, but now they have some momentum after an upset win. Aside from the one negative, though, Montclair State, they need to continue their domination around the rim and on the glass. Despite being outsized against Utica, the Red Hawks had more points in the paint and 15 offensive rebounds. They allowed just one against the Pioneers. They were able to control the interior, especially in the second half, and to move on, they will need to bring the intensity once again. They are once again outsized, and they need to keep that intensity and aggression around the rim. Time for the players to watch here in the second round for the Red Hawks. I've got my eye on the senior Mike Jackson. A brutal first half for Jackson in last night's game. Shot just 1 of 9 from the field, was visibly frustrated, and just couldn't seem to get anything going. However, the second half, I think we saw vintage Mike Jack. Finished with a game-leading 20 points. He was crashing the boards, playing solid defense, ultimately gave the Red Hawks a big spark en route to a win. Potentially today, his final game here at Panzer. Mike Jackson is my X-factor for the Red Hawks. Now, Ryan, tell me who you've got your eye on for the Golden Bears here in round 2.
Look, there's so many players I can go for here. I mean, they had 4 separate players who scored 10-plus points against Hamilton yesterday. But I'm going to narrow it down to Tim Restle. He's been a first-team all-conference player now twice in his career. Yesterday, he came alive in the kind of later stage of the game. He shot 7 for 12 from the field, collected 17 points and 5 rebounds. The graduate forward is going to be extra motivated to perform well again, because he is fighting to extend his season, as it is this final run, his final campaign of his college career. Look out for him.
Nearing tip here. You see the Montclair State team trying to bring some energy. Ryan, one thing I want to talk about is some of the experience from both of these teams. It's a little bit of a juxtaposition with Montclair State. The equal that they have the experience, they also have freshmen in their starting lineup as well. You look on the other side, Western New England has a ton of experience, grad students, fifth-year guys. How do you think that's going to play a factor in today's game?
Yeah, absolutely, but we talk about experience, but what either of these teams don't really have is tournament experience. I mean, a few of the players on the Montclair State team have seen NCAA play a few seasons ago, but for Western New England, this is uncharted territory. This is their first NCAA appearance. They got their first NCAA win yesterday, so I mean, I really don't think that's going to be much of a factor going into today. It's completely new waters, completely new territory. Of course, I think the size and the strength of Western New England will play a factor, but again, things are relatively even in that department, in my opinion.
And now, warm-ups finally coming to an end. These games just so important at this time of year. Also, something that you want to bring up, Western New England did play a common opponent with Montclair State this season. That is the Ramapo Roadrunners. They played them during the regular season in the Hampton Inn Holiday Classic Championship. They won 63-58, held the NJAC Player of the Year, Peter Gorman, to just 10 points. Obviously, we know in the regular season, Montclair State dropped both games to Ramapo before getting their revenge in the NJAC final. Going to be very interesting to watch. I mean, it's a good sign for their defensive efforts if they're able to shut down the star player. We will now pause for the national anthem. closer and closer now. There was the national anthem. Some starting lineups getting to be announced. For Montclair State, Miles Primus, Kieran Flanagan, Jacob Morales, Mike Jackson, and Cabrian Goss. For Western New England, Jake Harrison, Ryan Geithner, Cody Palazesi, Tim Restall, and Andrew Byfield. Ryan, some of these Montclair State players, potentially their final game on this floor. It's been that way over the last couple of weeks or so. They continue to find opportunities to play here. How do you think some of those seniors, Kieran Flanagan, Mike Jackson, how do you think those guys respond on this floor today?
I mean, for all these players that are either seniors who are graduating or graduate students, that this is their last one as well, their last go at eligibility. On both sides, this is for sure, you know, at the back of both of their minds. And that kind of just adds another level of emotion to this game. But you really can't let that take over. You can't think about that too much because there's still plenty of basketball to be played if you get through today. But specifically for Montclair State, Mike Jackson all year has been able to step up to the occasion when he's been asked. So there's no reason why he can't put those emotions aside once more and have a big performance here today. And what could be his last game here at Panzer Athletic Center.
These Redhawks have not lost at home since January 8th. It's been a special place to play. They've never lost an NJAC tournament game in this building. And on the national tournament level as well, they have never lost a game in here.
Multiple players on this Western New England team can really just take over anytime. I mean, we saw Palacesi a lot yesterday. We saw a lot of Brian Geithner as well. And two things that they do really well, when they get to the free throw line, they are very, very efficient. They pretty much make everything. And that's kind of what it really came down to yesterday's game against Hamilton. They got fouled a lot, they got sent to the line a lot, and every time they were asked to go to the charity stripe, they just got the job done. It's just what you want to see from a basketball team in that late stage. And you know, it's not the prettiest way to win a basketball game, CJ, but at the end of the day, points are points, and every single time they stepped up, they capitalized. That's just something that this team does really well. I mean, I was told that Coach Tab is just such a very great coach. He has these players ready, primed to go. And now we're going to see the team's biggest test of the season. It is the round of 32. Couldn't get much more excited than I am right now, CJ.
Yes, we are very excited here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. This building is excited. These teams are excited. It is survive and advance. Primus and Restall for the tip. And the second round is underway in the Division III NCAA tournament. The Golden Bears win the tip. Jake Harrison with it. Feeds it to Tim Restall. Restall up top, Andrew Byfield. Around the screen, he finds himself open, lets it rip and lets it go. Knocks it down, Andrew Byfield a triple.
Hey, we said that they weren't much of a three-point shooting team. They proved me wrong immediately. What a shot from that young man to put the Golden Bears on the board first.
There's Kieran Flanagan, the 5-year starter for Montclair State. Gets it to Jacob Morales. Pick and roll between the two. Baseline drive for Flanagan. He turns it over. Nice work from Restall. Active hands forces the giveaway. Good defense from Morales. They feed it down low. Restall again. Byfield, he wants another three, this time long. And rebounded to Cabrian Goss, the freshman point guard.
It's going to be interesting to see how Montclair State moves here. You can see the size advantage that Western New England has. We'll see if they play the 3-and-D game, or drive in.
Drive from Flanagan, tries to get it over two defenders. A tough shot, and it's no good.
It's a little too much on it there.
Harrison down for Restall. Those two going back and forth. It's swatted by Miles Primus. In transition, Mike Jackson. They'll settle down. There is Goss, the NJAC Rookie of the Year. Drive for him, and once again turned over by the Redhawks. Pushing in transition, Restall tried to get it one more for Harrison, and he'll stay with the Golden Bears.
Steals were such a factor in yesterday's game for Western New England. I believe the number was 20 that they had against their opponents, especially late, and that just caused so much trouble defensively. Montclair State cannot get into the same habit today. They have to maintain possession of the ball as much as possible, or else Western New England can run away.
Byfield frees himself off the inbound and puts it up for two.
He just snuck in there to get that one.
Goss has an open three. It's good. Cabrian Goss. He's gotten more and more comfortable with that jumper as the year's gone on, and he's using it.
That's something that that's something that makes Montclair so dangerous. It's the 3 game. 2 really good possessions just back-to-back for Hamilton, but 1-3 brings it to a 1-point game.
The full court press from Montclair State. You'll see it all day long. Nearly turned over. Geithner gets it across Palazzesi. Eight to shoot here with Restall. Hands it to Harrison. Harrison wants a tough 3. Rebound hit the floor and then was taken by Montclair State. Jackson had it ripped. We'll have a whistle and a foul on the floor. It's going to be given to Palazzesi.
Yeah, I think he was tagged there just on the right hand going in. Now we're getting our first substitutions. I see Ahmed Robinson, Grant Holbrook, Quante Rogers, Christian Sevis coming in as well. Full line change for Montclair State, save for Mike Jackson.
Very different methods with the substitutions for these teams. Just an 8-man rotation for the Golden Bears last time out. Montclair State not afraid to go to the bench. It's Ahmad Robertson, misses the layup. The putback also no good. But the offensive rebound keeps it with Montclair State. Sevis to Holbrook. They have 5 to shoot. Sevis, strong drive with the left hand. It's no good. Rebounded by Rogers. The ball never hit the rim, and it'll be a shot clock violation.
And what a stand for Western New England to start off the game. I mean, they just had everybody locked down. They forced Sevis to take a probably less than preferable shot opportunity there. Ended up causing the violation.
Tough defense early from the Golden Bears and more early offensive woes from Montclair State. Sevis, nice defense.
And now things are getting a little chippy between Sevis and Palazzesi.
We saw this a little bit yesterday in the Western New England game versus Hamilton. Late in the game, a technical foul issued. Both of these teams, though, want to keep the free points off the board. It's a turnover. Robertson feeds it for Sevis, who lays it in.
And that is where Montclair dominates, the fast break game. What an opportunity. As soon as the steal was given, they were able to take advantage.
That pressure is what creates mistakes. They look to force errors, and that is where they look to capitalize.
You know, they say pressure creates diamonds, and plenty of diamonds so far off the fast break for Montclair State throughout this season.
Restall up top. It's Palazzesi wants a long jumper. Rebound to Robertson. Four minutes in already. Robertson, and I believe they're going to get a foul and a push to Geithner.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Coach Tapp is very happy with that call from Geithner, against Geithner, I should say, as it's Castles coming in.
A timeout taken. And these teams will talk things over. Well, Ryan, a fast-paced first 4 minutes, and what did you see from either of these teams still trying to settle in and get comfortable?
I'm really surprised that Western New England's taking as many three-pointers as they have, or shooting from as deep as they have. So far, they're 0 for 3. They haven't connected on one, but I think they saw the scouting report today, knew that they're going to have to try to keep pace with Montclair State's three-point ability. So they've taken a few opportunities early on this occasion.
Now the timeout. This is where we have seen these two teams. And something that has been very crucial for Montclair State is these timeouts. It is a system and a team and a coaching staff where their in-game adjustments really flourish, and you see a difference in the way they perform.
Yeah, absolutely. Out of all the teams I've been able to watch this season, I don't think a single team has really made adjustments the way that Montclair is off the huddle. This is it gets to be a very dangerous team. We saw it in the NJAC championship game against Ramapo. They were down 20-9 at one point. The timeout was called. They came out of timeout, and all of a sudden they were playing with a different level of energy. Very much the same thing could be happening right now. A few adjustments, a moment of rest. And, I mean, it could happen. You play the game so fast if you're Montclair State. You might not immediately just take a break, assess, adjust, and go from there. So very deliberate, these timeouts. Not surprised that they're going to them this early.
out of the timeout. Some more substitutions with Montclair State. All starters on the floor except for Ryan Castles, who is out there in place of Mike Jackson. Flanagan almost had himself open. He swings it to Goss out on the wing. There's Morales. Hasn't been able to get a shot off yet. Here he is out on the three-point arc. His first three-pointer of the game comes up short.
And I like the look that he had there, just was not able to connect. Western New England doing a very good job defending from the perimeter.
Morales willing to let Byfield shoot from the corner. He gives it up. Good work from Montclair State now. Only 10 on the shot clock. Geithner hop-stepping through the lane. We're going to have a foul. With 6 seconds on the shot clock, that'll reset it to 20.
And I think that one will go against Miles Primus. Maybe just a little too much contact right by the elbow on the court. It's going to be an inbound for Western New England.
Primus found himself in foul trouble yesterday. As they get it inside, Restall lays it in. He had the smaller Goss on him and took advantage.
Yeah, he just muscled that ball in there. Made Goss look small.
Goss around a Morales screen. Mid-range goes down.
And he more than makes up for that last play there. Absolutely popped that shot.
And now a turnover off the inbound.
And that was a great job by Goss again. He absolutely locked up Palisades there. They were trying to inbound it to him, but the ball goes in, nowhere to go. So great job by Cabrian Goss on that last play, playing nice defense.
And this full court press is working early on. Oftentimes, we'll see the Red Hawks get burned like that in the first half. Kick to Ryan Castles in the corner. He gets his own miss, collects it. Now we'll get it back out. Castles just didn't have the angle there. Goss mixing it up. He wants a three. And good! Cabrian Goss filthy early on. He's taking over.
Goss is the boss. He is just dominating early.
He's got 8 points. Had just 7 yesterday. They get it down low, spinning, putting it up. Restall, that's too easy.
Wow, he made it look like warm-ups there. Nice little spin move with the ball. Nobody near him. Just sinks it.
Now a Flanagan three is good. And off we go. Goss gonna get hit with a foul. But wow, Kieran Flanagan not afraid to let it fly. And the offense flourishing early for Montclair State.
MSU scores in bunches. We've seen that throughout all the years that Coach Potts has been here. We're seeing the same from Montclair today. The frustration off the full court press is building. The momentum has swung over to the Red Hawks. Now it's time to see how the Golden Bears respond.
An early 5-point lead for Montclair State. Pushing it ahead. Inside, there's Geithner. He pushes off and gets 2.
Montclair fans calling for a walk, but I agree with the call on the floor, or the no call, the lack of call.
And then followed up with a nice deflection there. Matt Hood, who is into the game.
He played really well in the game yesterday. Got into foul trouble late, but very effective. One of the strong defenders that we've been talking about for the Golden Bears.
Flanagan, the hop step through the lane with the left hand. Smooth move.
A hop step, a jump, and a layup for Kieran Flanagan. He just sniped his way in there.
Montclair State, 15 early points in this one. And the officials now congregating near midcourt.
We'll hopefully be able to get an update about what this was about.
All right, well, it seems as though everything's been figured out and we will play on. Harrison working through a crowd. He goes right at Quante Rogers and puts it in.
Up and in.
Morales gets it to Flanagan. Sivas in the corner. It was a nice pass for Rogers, but no look toward the basket. 6 for Rogers. He tries to put it up. Oh, an impossible angle goes down for Quante Rogers.
Wow, he muscled that in there. It was Jake Harrison who was all over him, but nonetheless, it was Quante. Got the angle, got the shot, lobbed it in. Great work from him, and a solid lead being built by the Redhawks.
Nearly turned over, but Restall. Hood, oh, what a feed inside, and the layup for Nate Casper.
And Casper was like a ghost. You couldn't see him. He just slid right in there, cut across the court, wide open.
Mike Jackson, who has also been quiet, he attacks the rim. It's no good. And it'll be given to the Golden Bears. Really nice contest down low without picking up a foul.
Now we get Kunga Saring coming into the game. He had a nice performance towards the end yesterday, CJ.
Yeah, Kunga Saring was all over the place underneath the basket, both offensively and defensively. And here he is. They're gonna get him with a foul call. Looked like he was holding his ground, but instead gonna get whistled.
I don't think Montclair State's gonna agree with that call. We'll get a timeout on the floor.
Timeout with Montclair State leading it by 3. We'll be right back after this message.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
We are back here from Panzer Athletic Center. The round of 32, Montclair State versus Western New England. The winner advancing to the Sweet 16. Ryan, been a very fast-paced start, and both of these teams starting to get the work in offensively. Now it just feels like we're waiting for one team to get a run going.
Yeah, I mean, Montclair's on a bit of a run right now, 4 for the last 5 for the Fields. But, I mean, Western New England, every punch that's been thrown at them, they've mostly been able to come back. I mean, they're 5 for 6 from the last few attempts as well. So both teams keeping the pace early on. Definitely a bit more offensively inclined than both games yesterday so far. These teams have come in here ready to play.
Western New England shooting 63% from the field early on, 7 of 11, although they are 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Montclair State, though, shooting 50%, and they do have 4 offensive rebounds. A little bit of deja vu from yesterday's game where they dominated the offensive glass. 15 offensive rebounds in that game. It took 20 more shots than the Utica Pioneers. Now out of the timeout, they get it ahead. Nice feed as Geithner will lay it in.
And that's the downside of the full court press. Sometimes someone breaks open. Geithner was able to slip out of coverage.
Jackson, a 3 in response, goes down.
Mike Jackson with authority from downtown. What a shot from him. He just gets the game going right out the timeout.
These teams are taking shots, not even halfway through the shot clock. Restall inside, spins and lays it in. Nice move from Tim Restall.
Yeah, spin and in for Restall. He's used that move multiple times so far today, and it's been working perfectly so far.
Sivas, the feed for Saring. Tries to body his way inside. He does get the roll. A little extracurricular afterwards.
Yeah, and he's clapping in his face too. He knows he got him. You got to keep those emotions in check, though, for both sides. We've seen a little bit of action early. I don't want this game getting out of hand so early in, but you know the emotions.
Offensive foul for Geithner.
Great shift from this set of Redhawks as we're going to get a line change here. Goss coming in as is Primus and Jacob Morales. It's interesting. We're seeing a little bit of an evolution of the strategy you kind of saw at the beginning of the season where Potts really went to his bench a lot, did full rotations. Now, throughout this game, we've been seeing 4-man rotations for Montclair State. So interesting to see that evolve.
And an offensive foul on the other end. That's going to be given to Morales. But yeah, Ryan, to your point, even yesterday, Coach Potts electing to go with a 5-man sub. Not something that they've seen a ton this season, but I guess his philosophy, try to figure out who's in their rhythm and who is not, and try to go from there. By the time you get to the second half, you figure out who's on their game. Matt Hood across the floor, defended nicely by Robertson. The crowd getting into it. Hood around the screen, left-handed jumper, no good.
And Western New England continues to struggle from beyond the arc. That was in their strategy. It was an adjustment that was made through this game. Take more shots, be a little more aggressive. But on this occasion, it just has not been paying off.
Midway through the first half and a turnover. Goss had it picked off in transition now. Casper, the tough lay.
Great job by Casper there. Wonderful bouncer. Had to face a little pressure from Goss before it went in.
Now Goss being guarded by Casper. Goss. To Primus baseline, only 5 seconds. A Robertson healthy three. Rebound to Hood.
Reliably, Western New England's been able to rebound that ball on the defensive end.
Another quick dribble from Casper to the rim. Might have got a hand on it, Primus.
I think it was a little bit of a swat there off the right.
Montclair State, another giveaway.
It was Jackson there who was trying to tiptoe the ball in. Just ended up in the hands of the wrong team.
By the way, Nick Casper, that was his first missed shot since February 19th.
Yeah, we talk about efficiency. We were not kidding. This team knows how to hoop, they know how to shoot, and they know how to pick their shots.
Jake Harrison working on Jackson. He's got to put it up. Turnaround jumper off the glass and in. Bank is open.
A little bit of window shopping for Jake Harrison.
Goss, strong to the rim, kicks it, Primus. One more, Jackson, a pump and a three. Shimon! Mike Jackson, a big three.
Vintage Mike Jackson shook the defender, stepped in, cool as a cucumber, took the three and made it.
Montclair State a 3-point lead after that last Mike Jackson basket. Heavy offensive output early on. Harrison is wide open, and you can't stop him when he gets downhill.
The runway was open for Harrison. He just walked that ball in. Good work from him.
Western New England fans bringing some energy in their own right. Traveled well. Morales is stripped inside. He hits the deck. We'll have a whistle, and we'll have a foul.
And the body's hitting the floor early. So Morales takes his time.
How is Essie going to get hit with the foul?
I believe he was just adjusting his shoe. And we're going to get another timeout here after that last blistering 5.5 minutes or so of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, just the pace. It really jumps off the table for you. And we're starting to see the intensity as well pick up. It really did start in the beginning, but now we're seeing more bodies hit the floor. We're seeing a little bit more trash talk with these teams after each basket, and now it's up to one team or the other to try to make their impact before these last 7 minutes.
Emotions are going to be a factor, like we were mentioning at the top of the broadcast, for a lot of these players, especially for Western New England, and of course Montclair State as well. This is a lot of them, could be their last game if the result does not go their way. So definitely something they're going to be thinking about it. These teams are going to be leaving everything out on the floor.
Ryan, Montclair State 6 turnovers early on in this one. Western New England just 3. How can they better protect the basketball on the offensive side?
I mean, I think they just have to start learning how to shake the defense of Western New England. They've been playing really good outside the rim. They know where their shots are coming from. And really what Western New England does, you know, they let you break that 2-point line, get in that 2-point territory, trying to lay up the ball, but they're just bodies there everywhere, and that's where the height advantage comes into display. So, I mean, Montclair's been doing a good job shooting the 3 ball. They're shooting 5 for 8 so far from beyond the arc. That's really what's been keeping them inside of this basketball game. So again, more variation, maybe taking some more mid-range shots, shaking it up, changing it up, can help Montclair get the looks that they want down the stretch.
The 3 ball really has been the difference. Both of these teams have taken 18 shots, and Western New England 12 of 18, while Montclair 10 of 18. However, the Redhawks 5 made 3s, and the Golden Bears still 0 of 4, still looking for that first one. Primus attacks the rim off the inbound. He will draw the foul.
And Primus hits the deck, and he'll get 2.
Out of a timeout. They don't waste any time. They get it to Primus. I don't even know if he put the ball on the floor before putting it up.
Yeah, you see a lot of teams do that. They try to catch their opponents off guard.
Primus misses the first. Had 3 fouls in the first half versus Utica. Ended up only playing 16 minutes as a result. But was good throughout the NJAC tournament, averaging 9.5 points per game. See if they can unlock him today. He splits the pair.
Full court press is still in effect as Goss got shaken up there. It's Goss versus Hood.
Hood being careful with the basketball. Got it, there's Restall. Hood across the floor. Byfield thought about it. Morales got a hand on it. 5 to shoot here for the Golden Bears. Hitting the deck, gets Byfield a corner 3. No good. Rebound to the Golden Bears. Feed for Byfield, and he goes up and throws it down. Lands on Kieran Flanagan afterwards.
And he just put him on a poster.
Nice offensive possession there for the Bears. For Byfield, an emphatic finish. That ties this game at 26, and the pass picked off.
And now the whistle gets blown again, and things start to be swinging in the other direction towards Western New England after the contact.
Hey, you can feel that shift in momentum right now. Flanagan, normally very particular about his passes, tried to go corner to corner. Couldn't get it through. Miles Primus will have to take a seat.
Yeah, this game resembling more of a football game than a basketball game so far.
Both teams with 5 fouls, so still 1 more to give before the 1-and-1 bonus. Palazzesi, left-handed drive, he spins, puts it up off the front of the rim, and no good.
Western New England doing a really good job in terms of setting up plays and figuring out the one they want. That one obviously didn't go down, but again, solid fundamental basketball they've been playing on their end.
Goss, he wants another 3. Been hot so far, that time no good. That's a tough turnover there for the Bears.
And Goss is just taking it in right now. He has been a pest on defense his entire day, and he's been causing all of that trouble that we just saw.
You can see all the perimeter work that Montclair State's done. They have yet to allow a 3. Those guards should be given a lot of credit. The way that they defended the 3-point line, really they've done it toward the end of the season, better and better each game. Flanagan all the way through the lane for 2.
And he saw nothing but the basket. He drove in, and now he rushes back on defense.
It's Harrison working on Flanagan. They kick to the corner. Eddie McCoy stepping through the lane, right hand off the mark, and batted out of there by Flanagan. Robertson spins, 3 defenders on him. Jackson a three. Morales goes crashing into the seats. Couldn't save it.
That was just all offense, all fury there on the last possession. These teams are flying all over the place. And you start to see order breaking down a little bit as we get chaos and skill-based plays coming out here now for both of these teams.
McCoy gets it down low, Restall. He's got the height advantage over Jackson. He's doubled, he puts it up. Morales thought he got the clean block, but he'll pick up the foul.
And I think I have to respect the call there. I think the left hand of Morales made contact there on the shot. That'll send Restall to the line with a chance to tie the game. Very, very solid free throw shooter is Tim Restall.
67.5% from the line. The two-time all-conference first-team selection. Also picked up a third team last year.
Yesterday, a lot of his points came from this area of the game.
Knocks down the first.
So continuing on the good momentum that he had yesterday from the stripe.
Had 17 points versus Hamilton. And we're knotted at 28.
It's back and forth we go. This game's all tied up. 5 minutes left here in the first.
Morales, quick trigger. Back iron. Still 0 points for Jacob Morales. Trying to get on the board. Uncharacteristic first half here for the Rutgers transfer.
And he uncorked two pretty early. Just back-to-back. I think he had a little bit of time if you want to step into it and relax a little bit.
Pass ends up getting through. We'll say last off the Bears, so Montclair possession.
And now you can see both teams starting to wear down as Saren gets ready to check in for the Red Hawks.
Goss drops it for Flanagan. Now it's Goss in the corner, catch and shoot. In transition, the Golden Bears, all by himself. Palazzesi lays it in.
Great job by Palazzesi, not falling for the defense incoming. He just stayed poised, took the shot, got the bucket.
Western New England with the lead. Jackson is stripped. Red Hawk basketball.
Both teams really getting into it as we get a timeout.
4 minutes to go here. And we'll have a timeout now on the floor. I want to talk it over and figure out where to go from here. Ryan, Montclair State now starting to go cold. One of their last 6 from the field and one of their last 7 from 3. And I think it all starts from the top down. They're missing their leading scorer, Jacob Morales, right now. He's not even on the board yet.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic. 0 for 3 from 3-point. He's only taking shots from out there. And, you know, we do see slow starts from players every once in a while. But I think what he has to do, if I was him, I would, you know, maybe get an easy 2, try to build some momentum, build some confidence before going back to the 3-point line. But once he hits one, then, you know, the floodgates kind of open for Jacob Morales. He just starts to fling him in like it's nobody's business. But right now, he is yet to get on the board.
And on the other end, for Western New England, you're starting to see their guy take over. Tim Restall, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field. He finally got to the line, which it's not something that they're seeing them used to based on yesterday. They were at the free throw line a ton, but today, just their first 2 shots taken in the last couple of minutes. It's also getting it done defensively. 2 steals as well, and this guy's just taking over in all facets.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly what Western New England's known for. This team has just an incredible amount of ability to steal the ball at any time. And yesterday, they've turned their 20 steals into 31 points on offense, and they're going to continue to do that trend here today, most likely if we keep seeing what we're seeing.
They've got 5 steals to Montclair State's 1.
and that's just really broken up the ebbs and flows of the Montclair State offense. They're clearly getting a little bit frustrated. This next possession, they're going to try to set something up.
15 out of the timeout for the Redhawks to get something going. They trail by 2. Jackson, he wants a deep 3. And they continue to run cold from beyond the arc.
They're now 1 for their last 7 from the 3-point arc.
A feed down low, Casper the layup. The backdoor feed, and he finishes it off.
Great relay there. Casper's a really good job sneaking in there. He's done it a few times so far today, and he just glided in.
Offensive foul. It's going to go to Sering.
And now the Golden Bears building a little bit of momentum up to a 4-point lead. 2 possession games. Now it's time for Montclair to see if they can lock down on defense and cook up a response.
6-0 run here from the Bears. See if they can add on. Casper hit the deck. And somehow not turned over. They stay with it. Now Harrison feeds to the corner. Byfield. Pump, and then a jumper from Palazzesi. Got it.
And that was a nice pump fake, and that's going to force Montclair to call a timeout.
Timeout, Redhawks. An 8-0 run has catapulted Western New England in front.
They've been trailing all day, but after a big run there, they now find themselves ahead. 8-0 run, as you were saying, and I mean, there were so many players who were really making their presence felt. I mean, I have to give it up to Nate Castor there, who again had a really good play. He had really got the offense starting up a little bit. And so many other players for Western England were making plays as well. They're staying organized, confident, and they are playing their style of basketball. And most importantly, I think that they're forcing Montclair to kind of play to their level rather than the other way around, where at the beginning of the game, I feel like Western New England was feeling that they had to play Montclair style of basketball. So Western New England doing a good job establishing themselves here in this round of 32 game.
Wouldn't you agree, Ryan? The fast pace is where the Redhawks really start to flourish, and you see their rhythm. Now when they slow it down, these looks are harder to come by for them somehow. Morales was looking for Rogers, and it's last off the Redhawk.
Anything inside the paint for Western New England, they own. Anytime a ball is crossing that territory, either a pass or a man running through, it always seems like a Golden Bear is there to respond. They've been doing an excellent job playing there.
Harrison still surveying. Restall over Sivas. They will wave it off. A foul on the floor going to be given to Sivas. Regardless, 1-1 now coming for the Bears.
And as the Bears just slowly building up that momentum, Restall back to the line. It's perfect from the charity stripe so far.
He will earn a second.
9 points on the day, 3 for 4 from the field. We've talked about him all day today, playing as advertised.
His 9th point leads everybody, and now 10.
First man on the floor to get into the double digits. That really isn't that much of a surprise.
Another offensive foul going to be given to Montclair State. Robertson was moving as he set the pick.
A moving screen against Ahmed Robinson. And Montclair can't even run their offense seemingly in the last few minutes.
Golden Bears can extend this to double digits. Restall is being guarded by Flanagan, and yet another mismatch inside. He spins, puts it up, and puts it in.
And he just bodied the defender there. He is taking the game over.
A 10-point lead. 90 seconds here in the first half. Robertson, the drive to the rack. And that's just what the doctor ordered.
Finally breaking up the drought is Ahmed Robinson.
Timeout taken.
Good timeout there to avoid the 5 second.
These teams will have one final meeting likely before the end of the half. Interesting timeout there because you see the 12-2 run right now. It was 12-0 at one point. Montclair breaks up their first basket in several minutes, and automatically a timeout comes.
Yeah, and I mean, they needed that just because to avoid the 5 second. So I think it was a smart timeout for them to use at that point in the game. But, I mean, to your point, I mean, you don't want to break up that momentum at the same time. I mean, they've been just dominant in the last few minutes. And generally, when you're on the run like that, you want to force your opponent to call a timeout, not the other way around. So you can kind of see it from both sides.
Montclair State, one of their last 8 from beyond the arc. And for them, they really start to need to separate the three-point arc and what they're trying to do offensively. 12 made shots, 5 of them from beyond, and that's partially the reason why they've been scoreless for so long. Everything's coming from the three-point line.
Yeah, and I mean, they've put the ball in the hands of their shooters enough. I mean, Morales has had plenty of time with it, Jackson has, but I mean, they just have not been able to find their mojo from out there.
14 of their 26 shots have been three-point attempts. For reference, 5 of 26 for the Bears. A steal from Christian Sivas. Nice work out of the timeout for the Redhawks. Pushes it ahead and draws the foul.
Great awareness from Christian Sivas on the return. He got the ball, took it coast to coast, and now takes the foul. He'll go to the line. These are 2 big free throws coming with under a minute left.
Sivas has been so huge defensively for Justin Potts and this Redhawk team. He's 0 for his last 11 from the field over multiple games, but his defensive presence is what keeps him on the floor and keeps him so valuable here for Montclair State as he misses the first.
As Sivas takes a minute.
Gonna want to dry off that basketball.
Good call, veteran move there. Not shooting the ball when he knows he can have it dried off.
Nice work from the official.
Absolutely.
Seems as though Sivas accepts it this time around. Still no good. So a missed opportunity for Montclair State to see if they can generate the turnover, and they do. It's back with Sivas. Morales, catch and shoot. Another steal for Sivas. Now Robertson in the corner, a 3-ball. It rims out. Flanagan pulls down the rebound and is fouled. Well, it's not for a lack of hustle here for the Redhawks.
Yeah, 3 offensive rebounds on that last possession for them. They just can keeping it alive. Now that the shot clock has turned off, they've been getting the momentum they need. They've been getting the steals, but it's the finish that has been the problem so far today.
But it will send Flanagan to the line. The 7th foul for the Golden Bears, and 1-and-1 coming.
Coach Potts yesterday told the Montclairians, Adonis Jones, that Kieran Flanagan is really the heart of this basketball team, and he just plays like it every single game.
Playing in his final postseason here with Montclair State. Just finds a way to contribute to the team, whether it be points, rebounds, assists. Had a double-double yesterday with 10 points and 10 rebounds. I don't really expect 10 rebounds from your guard, but
We got short time now, you know. Let's see if Western New England wants to have the last say. Montclair's been aggressive in the last few seconds.
yeah. Shot clock unplugged here. The Bears, who will hold for the final shot. Restall spins on Morales with the left hand. No good, gets his own miss. Back up and in, 3 seconds, short time for Montclair State, and they will not get it off. We'll go to the half. And Western New England an 8-point lead.
And Coach Potts is not happy about that one. They thought the time should have stopped after the bucket went in. No time to reset. But nonetheless, that will do it for the half. Not the start you'd want to see if you're a Montclair State Red Hawk fan. 31% from the three-point arc, 5 for 16, shooting 42% from the field. They've had the looks that they've wanted all day. They've had the plays, they've had the momentum, the steals, the energy, but have not been able to finish in the last 5 or 6 minutes or so of this basketball game.
Ryan, an absolute slugfest of a first half between these two teams. We got to talk about Western New England. They scored 40 points, and they have not made a three-pointer yet. It's all two-pointers.
Yeah, and I mean, at the beginning of the game, they tried to incorporate the three ball a little bit, but right away they noticed it wasn't working and decided to keep on going.
We'll head to the intermission here. Thanks so much for being with us on the Red Hawk Sports Network. We'll be back with you on the other side of the intermission. Welcome back here at Panzer Athletic Center here on the Red Hawk Sports Network and NCAA.com. Is the round of 32 here at the Division III NCAA tournament between the Montclair State Red Hawks and the Western New England Golden Bears. Right now the Golden Bears up 8 at the half, Ryan, and so far Montclair State not comfortable. They're missing their best scorer, 0 points for Jacob Morales.
Yeah, 0 points from him, and he's had the looks that he's wanted all day, but none of them have been able to be sunk so far. So very interesting to see that. It's not a lack of, looks. It's not a lack of aggression, a lack of ball possession. It really is just a matter of finishing, and that's exactly what Montclair has to do a better job of in the second half. I mean, they're going to have a little bit of a way back. They're down 8 points, but there's still plenty of time left in this ball game. And on the other end, Western New England, they've been playing solid basketball. They have been the better team all day. I mean, they've been efficient. They've taken the shots they've wanted. And most of all, they've really just almost suffocated Montclair State's offense, especially in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the first half. So they have to keep that momentum up if they want to move on.
Yeah, the defense really came alive there at the end of the half for the Golden Bears. But the thing for me, it's so interesting on offense. They are 0 of 6 from beyond the arc, yet they have 40 points, 30 of them in the paint. It's all come from twos. They saw the three-pointers not going down in the beginning, and they made the adjustment right away, Ryan.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just really smart basketball being played by Western New England. They saw that, hey, our out-of-the-gate strategy not really working out. We're not going to be able to shoot three-pointers. So let's just take the wide-open look going inside. 30 points in the paint for Western New England, and they only got 40 on the board, so you do the math.
Yeah, Ryan, this is the point in the game where you often see Montclair State start to break out of that. They do have shaky first halves. Even yesterday, they had a 1-point lead at the half. I would think that they weren't happy with the way that they performed. Out of the halftime, it seems like it's a different animal. How can they better respond today and come out and try to get back into this game? Because the first couple of minutes are going to be so crucial here.
Yeah, I mean, these first couple of minutes, they're just going to have to put together possession after possession. And, you don't have to go for the big swing right away. Just a little bit of momentum being built. A bucket here, a bucket there. Maybe something from mid-range, and slowly build up to that. Get your momentum back, get the confidence back, and then go to work.
We are ready for second half action. The Montclair State fans still bringing the energy, still cheering on their team. Loud ovation coming out of the locker room at the half. And then that was equalized by the Golden Bears fans as well.
Absolutely.
Fun environment.
Very fun environment. Both teams bringing their support here.
All right, so the Red Hawks will start with it. They trail by 8. Jacob Morales right away. He's looking for his first point of the game. He comes up short.
And they try to go with it quickly to Jacob Morales, but again, finds himself cold from that territory.
Morales 0 of 5 now from the field. Every shot attempt has been a 3. Tim Restall up top. He gets it down low. Jake Harrison. He goes up and he's fouled by Kieran Flanagan.
Flanagan a little too close. Contact coming. Western New England getting a good first opportunity to take some free throws here and build upon that lead.
Harrison to the line. Solid first half, 6 points, 3 of 4 shooting. The efficiency has been off the charts today for Western New England.
It's really been the theme of the day, huh? Efficiency.
64% from the field there in the first half. They used their size. As the tip is up and in. Restall somehow got a hand on it off the missed free throw.
Great awareness there from Tim Restall. He's able to tip it in.
So the lead at 11 here ends up being a 3-point possession. Goss, a step back 3. Once again rebounded by Western New England.
Montclair State again had the look. They could not finish the job.
Restall working on Primus. Swings it to the corner, a Byfield 3, splash! They have their first of the game.
And the alarm bell starts to go off if you're on the side of Montclair State.
They desperately need a basket here out of the half. Morales, another three, and once again off the mark.
And it seems like Western New England just doing such a great job defensively. Montclair State can't seem to get themselves set and run the plays that they want, get the looks that they want. Very frustrating opening stint here in the second half.
Harrison spots up. Comes up short, tried to follow up the three on the last possession. Long rebound to Mike Jackson. 19 of 31 shot attempts. Three-pointers now for Montclair State. Flanagan underneath the rim, kicks it to the corner. Will have a whistle that will blow that dead, a defensive foul.
A whistle coming against Western New England. Flanagan was the player who went down. We've seen plenty of him today getting active under the basket.
Jake Harrison picked up his second. However, they get a turnover off the inbounds. Palazzesi through the lane. The Euro step goes.
Palazzesi, he got it all done. He got the stop on the other end, went right up the court, hit the Euro step, got the bucket.
Flanagan, finally the first basket of the second half here for the Red Hawks.
And they needed that one desperately to try to stop the run. 10-2 run for Western New England out of the locker room.
Ends a scoreless streak of nearly 3 minutes. Restall goes right at Jackson, the layup. Montclair State cannot match the size on the floor right now.
And they're just walking it in. Western New England having their way in this game.
Goss for Primus, one more. It's a Morales three.
And he just cannot connect.
Timeout on the floor here. Not sure if Restall was hit up high or what the situation may be. But what a start here to the second half. WNE has come out and imposed their will. Offensively, they have exploded. 10 points here in the first 4 minutes. Excuse me, the first 3 minutes.
And a shocking percentage for field goals so far today for Montclair State in the second half. 1 for 5, 20%. 0 buckets from beyond the arc. They've attempted 4.
That's where it starts from Montclair State. They get the stop. Now it's time to find the offensive rhythm. It's Jackson around a screen, a three ball, back iron. Rebound to Goss. Gets it to Sering, Sering the drive. Tried to put it up through 2 defenders, and he will take a trip to the line.
And Sering had a pretty big job there with 2 defenders on him to put the ball up. Can't get the basket, but he does draw the foul. He'll come to the free throw line and try to get the momentum back on the Red Hawks side.
Sering, only 2 minutes so far in this game. And even the 3 points not going for Montclair State right now.
And what a run that WNA has been on as Flanagan got shook there by Hood.
Baseline drive. Foul given as Geithner attacked the basket.
And it just seems like, and a timeout is called, a much needed timeout, CJ, because it is a 12-3 Western New England run.
Timeout on the floor. We'll be back right after this.
I believe sportsmanship is a it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Passion's
Western
love.
New England
Passion is love for
has
what
come
you
out
do.
here in the second half. They led by 8. They now lead by 16. A terrific stretch of basketball over the first 4 minutes here. Redhawks, a big timeout coming for them. They need adjustments and fast.
Yeah, the three-point game has just not been flowing so far today, and especially in this second half of action. It's going to be interesting to see how deep the commitment to the three-pointer is for the rest of this contest. Fortunately for the Redhawks, still 16 minutes left in the ball game, but as we've seen, sometimes it can fly by. Western New England have been playing their game to perfection.
Still shooting 64% of the field are the Golden Bears. It's been a masterclass offensively. Pelazesi wants a 3 out of the timeout. Montclair State able to come away with it. Flanagan got gripped and was fouled by Eddie McCoy as he blew past him.
And I want to bring this up really quick. I mean, I don't think we've mentioned it so far. Tim Restall's up to 18 points. And it's been relatively quiet, 18 points. He just kind of glides in there, takes advantage. But he's had a few impressive moves with some impressive spins, great moves in the paint. So it seems like we're going to get another timeout.
Yeah, we're going to get another timeout right now. Yet to see who it was called by, but if it is indeed Montclair State, I'm still not liking the way that they came out.
It may be an official's timeout, as you see one of our officials at the scores table, making sure they are crossing all their T's, dotting all their I's.
So while they talk it over, yeah, you're absolutely right. Tim Restall, 18 points, 7 of 9 shooting. He's perfect from the line at 4 for 4. And as we continue on here, 15 minutes still to go, but Montclair State just hasn't gotten that big run that they always seem to get, not only in a game, but coming out of the second half in particular. They haven't been able to come away with that, largely in part to the way that Western New England has protected the basketball. I'm bringing up on the full court press, Ryan.
Yeah, just something about Western New England's style of defense is just irked Montclair State. They just can't seem to be able to put the pieces together as the fans are trying to push their team forward, push their team ahead to rally them. But it may take a little more than that. Montclair is going to have to finish at the rim.
Montclair State fans, they know what this team is capable of. It's been a special season for them. And even though an uncharacteristic 25 minutes, we'll see what they have left in the tank after this. Ball was deflected. 5 seconds to shoot here. Ahmad Robertson. He drives, puts it up, kisses it off the glass and in.
Little bit of window shopping there for Ahmed Robinson. And a good play, a good possession for MSU coming out of the break.
Ahmad Robertson, good work off the bench today as Mike Jackson gets hit with a foul.
And now bringing up his second of the day. Kept himself clean relatively throughout the game so far. Now we'll re-rack and reset for Western New England.
The football pass down the floor for Restall. Can he catch up to it? No. And so a turnover. Now maybe Montclair State can use some of that momentum.
They just have to collect themselves, get up the court, and get a basket.
Robertson from the wing. Now Goss. Goss and Morales, two-man game. It's a Morales catch and shoot. Still looking for his first points of the game.
The whistle's called and Western New England will take over.
Second foul on Cabrian Goss. After the missed shot there, Morales now 0 for 8.
Not the Jacob Morales performance that we've been accustomed to all season.
All 8 of his shot attempts have been three-pointers. Harrison, we're gonna get another foul, and Montclair State cannot keep their hands clean right now.
The frustration is building as that one's gonna be put on Ahmed Robinson for his second.
Already the 5th foul for Montclair State here in the second half. Rustall and Morales, low post. Rustall, he's tied up. Spins, tried to get it to the corner. And it's recovered by Geithner, nice work with limited space. Now 8 to shoot, Hood. Nice feed, inside, it's blocked by Robertson. Seavis is fouled. They will keep it on the floor. The shot will not count.
But on the other end, Ahmed Robinson reject that shot with authority, CJ. Man, what a swat.
Robertson incredibly athletic. And you saw it there, a big block. And a big spark of energy as well. But Montclair State gives it up.
Meanwhile, Montclair State struggling to put themselves together on offense. They've been playing solid enough defense. Western New England hadn't scored in the last 2:58. 1 for 4 in the last last few attempts.
Both teams on the struggle bus now offensively. Hood and Seavis near midcourt. Palazzesi gets it to Restall, spins, left-handed hook.
A little bit of a sky hook for Tim Restall. Bringing it old school.
Lead is back to 16. Jackson, the hop step, the layup is good. The smooth criminal through the lane.
Nice response there from Mike Jack. Montclair is going to have to continue to play at their hardest to close the gap.
The Bears, calm and collected. They push it across. Montclair State fans wanted to walk.
All day, WNE doing a good job keeping their momentum together, keeping their heads in the game.
Restall in deep, puts it up, and he's fouled. And he's down in a heap under the basket.
Foul is going to be assessed. All concern for Tim Restall right now.
He's had a terrific performance so far in today's game. 20 points, 80% from the field. He's got the game lead in rebounds with 5 as well. A very exciting New England performance today, and Restall to his feet. Walks off, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, thankfully able to get off and come off the floor under his own power. That's what you like to see for any athlete.
He is in line to shoot 2 free throws.
And usually you see players try to stick it out, make their free throws.
Ryan, I want to throw a stat at you here. Montclair State, over their last 16 three-point attempts, they've made just 1.
That is, quite frankly, a shocking performance for Montclair State. There's no real other way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to put it. It has just not been the game that they've wanted from beyond the arc.
And by the way, the officials at the monitor here, but Yeah, you're right, Ryan. We know the saying, live by the three, die by the three. And Montclair State, their strong devotion to the three-point arc. Today it has not panned out. The officials now congregating if they want to try to upgrade this foul perhaps.
Yeah, we'll see what they go for. This officiating crew has been doing a solid job all day. So you know the decision is going to be in the right hands.
They've had a lot to handle. It's been a physical game. Pretty much from the start.
Yeah, they've had to police a lot of activity here. I think they've done a solid job of doing that.
And so are they going to be calling this a flagrant one foul after review? Palazzesi will get to the line here. Gets the first one. A 92% free throw shooter, Palazzesi.
He is money.
And these are free points for the Golden Bears, who have now extended this lead back to 16.
MSU cannot afford to be giving up plays like this down the stretch. Robertson up into foul trouble now. He's got 4.
So back underway. Driving, Harrison, spinning, fading, comes up short. And another foul going to be awarded and given on Montclair State. That time, it's going to go on Christian Sivas, his second. And now the 7th personal foul means 1 and 1.
Frustrations mounting now. And now Western New England gets the opportunity to do what they specialize in, and that is a clutch performance from the free throw line. They sealed the game like that yesterday and have the chance to do so today.
And once again, it's Palazzesi shooting the free throws to add insult to injury for Montclair State. You foul their best free throw shooter.
Had an excellent day yesterday, and now he has a chance to build on a pretty good weekend he's having so far.
Palazzesi now in double figures. The lead is 18 for the Bears. A terrific performance on the road. Still 12 and a half to go. Flanagan to the far side of the court. Jackson able to track it down. Still uncomfortable here, Montclair State offensively. They've got 8 to shoot. And we will have a foul call. It's going to be given to Casper.
That's going to be a reach in there. Good break for Montclair State. They'll have a chance to inbound the ball and set up another play. Fresh 20 on the clock.
12th personal foul total for the game for WNE. Montclair State with 17 total. Still a foul to give, though, for the Bears in the second half. Morales to Flanagan. Once again, 8 to shoot. Mid-range jumper for Goss. He had 2 defenders on him. Nice rebound from Flanagan, who once again draws a foul.
Good job by Kieran Flanagan getting on the ball immediately. Definitely a player who's always willing to lay his body on the line for his team. And he's just doing it again for Montclair State.
The 3rd foul on Jake Harrison, something to monitor. Another fresh 20 here. Long possession for Montclair State. Zone look here for the Golden Bears. And Flanagan is stripped. It's the 13th turnover for the Red Hawks.
Now Hood is starting to slow it down a little bit. Deliberate basketball.
Restall spins, and he walked.
And he tried to do that spin move that he's hit a few times as the timeout is called.
Timeout on the floor. These teams will look to talk it over once more, and we will be back after this message.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Back from Panzer Athletic Center. 11 and a half minutes here to decide who travels to the Sweet 16 next weekend. Western New England, an 18-point lead. It has been terrific, both offensively and defensively for them. I feel like the main thing over the past couple of minutes, though, they have just stifled the Red Hawks all day long.
Absolutely. Montclair State at no point in the game has really been able to establish their plays, their style of basketball. No opportunities to get the three-point looks that they want, no opportunities to drive it in. And really, I think the biggest example is just nothing really in the paint for Montclair State, just no quarter given whatsoever for the Red Hawks when they try to drive it in. There's always a play or two for Western New England ready to stick it out and prevent the bucket. Montclair State needs a big run here coming out of the timeout.
According to Justin Potts, these timeouts, they kind of treat it like a boxing match. Where are we at? What round are we in? What are the scorecards looking like? So far, they have been battered, and Morales turns it over. Not what you're looking for out of a break.
Absolutely not. Primus tries to apply the pressure right now.
Out of bounds. Flanagan got in there and got involved.
Now both teams talking to each other a little bit.
And double technicals.
Up.
Yeah, double technical is going to be given there. Kieran Flanagan and Matt Hood. Some discussion after the defensive play from Flanagan. And the officials looking to get involved before it escalates.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want anything boiling over into today's action, so they're giving warnings right now. They're checking both sides right now and getting the game back in control. I think that's the right move.
So there's the warning shot. Especially if you're the Red Hawks here, absolutely cannot afford a technical that would grant more free throws to the Bears. Primus picks up a foul. It will be another trip to the free throw line for the Bears. It's the 9th personal in less than 9 minutes.
This gym is stunned off of that call. Now there's 3 free throws coming for WNE.
And once again, it's Palazesi. Nearly automatic from the free throw line. He hits the first.
To 10 on the day, or 11, I should say.
He misses the second. And now Primus is going to be fouled by Byfield.
And back and forth we go here.
So 1-1 now for Montclair State.
Now they have a chance to try to reel it in just a little bit here. These are pretty big free throws for the Red Hawks. see Geithner coming back in. He's had a relatively quiet day today compared to yesterday, only 4 points so far.
Limited time too, 16 minutes so far. Primus knocks down the first, so he will earn a second shot. Montclair State still looking across the 40-point mark. Lead down to 17.
Just over half of the second period to go.
Hood being doubled, and he walked.
A huge moment, finally. The full court pressure paying off for MSU.
Montclair State finally seeing some results from the full court press.
This could be a pretty big moment here for Montclair State if they're able to convert.
Yeah, now it's up to them to build on it. Morales, a corner three. Make it 0 for 9.
And that has to be frustrating for a player who's been so reliable this year.
Morales, a 48% three-point shooter. Broke the single season record this season for Montclair State with three-pointers made. Yet another foul going to be given to Montclair State here.
And all day today, to add on to the point about Morales, something that Western New England has done a really good job at throughout this weekend. Yesterday, they were able to shut down Hamilton's best player. He won, Hank Morgan, he won their conference player of the year, and Western New England shut them down completely. And now today, one of the top three-point shooters in the NCAA, held to 0 points, a donut. So again, the Golden Bears doing a really good job just keying in on the top players.
Harrison missed the first, but we are in the double bonus now, so automatic 2 shots for every foul that the Red Hawks pick up. The lead is 18 with 10.5 minutes to go. Still a lot of time, but with each passing minute, Red Hawks giving up an opportunity to try to get back into this game. We will have an off-the-ball foul. It's going to be given to Harrison, who is beside himself.
And now he's going to be in a foul trouble. I think that's his 4th.
Yeah, it is the 4th on Harrison. So he may have to take a seat here. It's also the 9th personal foul given to the Bears. And as crucial as the free throw game is, most NCAA games, trips to the line not going to help out Montclair State when they're trailing by 18.
Exactly. I mean, how long has it been since they've been able to get a field goal? I mean, they're 1 for their last 4.
2 for 2 for Goss. Nice start. And Goss is up to 10.
And a 5-second.
5-second. Oh no, will they get the timeout off? They indeed will get the timeout off.
So narrowly avoiding the 5-second violation.
That could have been big.
It could have been. I'm not sure how the timing was on that.
So now, instead of a 5-second violation in Montclair State basketball, we have a timeout on the floor. It is still a 16-point lead for Western New England. Really feels like kind of in the thick of it right now with these two teams. The clock moving slow, a lot of fouls. Just waiting for somebody to try to get out of this little bit of a rut, the offensive rhythm back.
And now, I mean, the tiredness has to be setting in. These teams are playing off of back-to-backs yesterday. Montclair coming off of the late game. So now they're really trying to go in and find themselves any little bit of energy.
Casper feeds it for Restall. Ten on the shot clock. Finally a set possession here. And it's ripped away. Morales away with it.
Good job by Morales, sizing up puts, swiping the ball away and grabbing it for himself.
Mike Jackson trying to put it up, it rims out. It's been a quiet day for Jackson. Just 7 attempted shots. They're gonna need him here down the stretch, especially without the productivity of Morales. Offensive foul. Flanagan and Palazzesi were tied up. I think they're gonna say a little extra from Palazzesi.
And they've been going at each other all day today.
Just for some foul counts, Miles Primus with 4, Ahmad Robertson with 4, both for Montclair State, and then Jake Harrison with 4 for the Golden Bears.
Both teams in the double bonus, so we get 2 apiece from here on out.
Robertson working on Restall. It's Goss. Goss driving, reverse layup is blocked.
And that's just where the size advantage comes into play for Palesi.
Casper weaving through defenders all the way to the cup. It's off the mark, rebounded by Restall. The layup goes.
Good job by Restall providing the backup there on the drive in.
Goss is swinging around the horn. It's a Flanagan 3. Rebounded by Robertson. He goes back up. He's stripped. They'll go out of bounds and last off of Western New England.
Clean getaway for them.
18 to shoot here for Montclair State. 8:20 on the clock. They trail by 18. These quick looks have not presented themselves. Goss had the 3, didn't take it. Now he hits the deck. He's tied up. We have a jump ball, and possession will go to WNE.
And Goss just lost control there as the ball went up.
The Bears' defense today, just unbelievable.
Yeah, only holding Montclair State University so far in this game to a 35% field goal percentage, 5 for 24 from 3. And that is winning basketball.
Casper has it ripped. We have a foul call. And Cevis cannot believe it. He better be careful.
I've been very forgiving for the officials, very fair to them, but on this occasion, from my perspective, it looked like it was a clean get. Again, from their perspective, it could have been different. They were much closer to the play than we are, of course, from here. So they might have seen something different. But from my perspective, I thought it was a clean play.
Cevis, someone that prides himself with his defensive effort, and did a really nice job there on that possession. Thought he came away with the clean rip. Officials instead will grant 2 free throws to the Bears. And it is now a 20-point lead here at Panzer Athletic Center.
Right now, the Bears defense is just bearing down on Montclair State.
Sering's going to be fouled.
Restel will pick up the foul on that occasion. It's been pretty clean today. It's only his second. But we're going to get a timeout.
A timeout here. Montclair State trails by 20 points, Ryan. They have absolutely no solutions for the problems that they have been given, both offensively and defensively. They haven't been able to stay out of foul trouble, and they haven't been able to execute on their open looks. And those open looks have also been hard to come by.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been very challenging.
We'll be right back after this. Excuse me, folks, and we are now back here, Panzer Athletic Center. Ryan, it's been tough for Montclair State pretty much all day long. 42 points, under 8 minutes to go now, and like I said, just they can't find open looks, and when they're getting them, they're not hitting them.
Yeah, absolutely, and all credit goes to WNE today. They've been playing lights out, but yeah, it is not like anything I've really seen from Montclair State in my years here covering this team. Just struggling from the three-point arc. And now as we come to the stretch, they're going to have to go back to it still. They can't abandon it now, down by this much with 7:47 left.
Every possession a must-have from this point forward if you're the Red Hawks. Sering to the line for two. He hits the first.
Relatively quiet day for Sering so far. He just got his third point of the day.
Second one comes up short. The rebound is taken by the Bears and Matt Hood. Hood slings it down the court. He got it to McCoy, and now they will look to slow this down and eat away at some of this clock. Tightly guarded by Jackson. It's a kick to the corner, a McCoy three. It's short, and a Restal offensive rebound. Restal from the high post on Sering. Spinning, working, and kicking. Casper comes up short. Another rebound. It's McCoy.
And that is just going to take time off the clock.
Rogers with the foul.
Western New England had to take down at least 30 to 40 seconds of game time there off of that last possession. And now they go to the line. They can seal it with a few free throws from Nate Casper.
Casper, his 9th point off that free throw. Nice work from him today in 21 minutes. Their key guy off the bench. He's giving them big minutes. One for two, the lead back at 20. Seavis bounce pass for Rogers. And he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, just not ready for the ball there.
Yet another foul.
And things are just coming apart for MSU. There's really no other way to say it.
Every possession A whistle being drawn, and it seems like even the possessions that there are no whistle. It's an offensive rebound after a miss.
And now send Kunga Sering into foul trouble. He'll be forced to come off.
Sering with 4 fouls. He's played 5 minutes.
I mean, he's been asked to do a lot on the defensive end as one of the two bigs, one of the two true bigs for Montclair State. And they've been doing a good job drawing fouls off of him.
Another turnover, Casper. Across the court, Eddie McCoy. Goes through the legs of Hood. Unforced error there.
And you gotta think with under 6 minutes left, this is the time where you start emptying the playbook. You have to put it on. It's now or never for MSU.
Corner for Mike Jackson. He wants a 3. He gets the 3. Mike Jackson now double digits.
Finally a sign of life for the Redhawks offensively.
Restoff splits a double. He's got Flanagan draped on him, but gets it ahead. And nice work from Casper.
And how did Restoff stick with that? He was double teamed.
Flanagan, nice pump fake. The drive for him, and that'll be a foul.
Good job by Flanagan, drawing the foul. Every point counts here down the stretch. So these buckets could be valuable.
Montclair State, you said it, Ryan. Finally hitting a little bit of a groove, some liveliness about their offensive game. With 5.5 minutes to go, only time will tell if it's too late. Flanagan 1 for 2. A tie-up, it's taken away. Jump ball would give possession to Montclair State. We await the call. And it is indeed a jump ball. So Montclair State forcing a turnover of sorts.
Good job for Jacob Morales getting on that. Yeah, the storyline is we haven't seen a lot of him offensively, but defensively and on these tie-up situations, he has been playing hard. Very good.
Morales is now fouled. Jacob Morales will go to the line looking for his first points of the game.
Another chance for Montclair State to try to generate something offensively.
And he is on the board here in the round of 32.
Morales sinks both of them.
Down to 17.
5 minutes left. They're going to have to continue to rally here.
Right now, the Bears just need to protect the ball. A double on the far side of the court, and nice work as they're able to get it across. Palazzesi, nice effort.
To beat this full court press, they're going to have to just stay calm and find the open man like they're doing now.
Backdoor Harrison, the jam, and the flex to the crowd.
Harrison with the two-hander.
Goss, a step back 3. Rebound, Primus lost it. Corralled by Hood and the Bears. That will be a travel.
I believe we'll go against Byfield there.
.19 lead, winner to the Sweet 16.
Both teams playing so hard right now.
On the other side of the bracket, Roanoke versus Christopher Newport. Right now a 12-point lead for Roanoke. The winner of that game will play the victor of tonight's game. Next Friday, Flanagan nearly turned it over, ended up going out of bounds, and will stay with Montclair State.
We'll have 12 to shoot, so enough time to set up a good play, but again, time is a factor, only 4:13 left. I'm not saying you have to catch and shoot, but you have to worry about time.
Jackson thought about it, sidesteps. Gosh, it's a mid-range for him, and he knocks it down.
Nothing but net for Goss.
Morales picks up the foul. Well, we have a timeout on the floor first, perhaps. Yes, so Bears will go to the huddle, as will the Redhawks. Got to talk once again just about the terrific performance today from Western New England. They really have just played a full and complete game, and you can't overstate it enough. They have come prepared, and a successful weekend road trip for them so far if they were able to hang on to these last 4 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, this first and second round of the NCAA tournament, it's so challenging because you do have that back-to-back. You're not used to playing those back-to-backs. You're also coming off of, you know, a really tough, you know, conference tournament as well. So a lot of high-pressure games right in a row. And Western New England has really done a great job managing that, keeping their main players out there and fresh and ready to go, still playing with all the energy they want. So Western New England clearly had the best weekend out of the 4 teams here in Montclair for the first 2. And if they keep this performance up, they'll be going to the Sweet 16.
Particularly impressive considering they run an 8-man rotation. Only 8 guys have seen the floor today. Only 8 saw the floor yesterday. Just speaks to the conditioning and the preparedness above anything else. Just a complete team performance. Can't say it enough.
Absolutely, and fouls are coming into play definitely for both teams. So it will be interesting, you know, under 4 minutes left, that kind of rears its head.
Harrison and Casper both with 4 for the Bears.
We have the officials looking at the monitor. I'm unsure why. Hopefully we will get an explanation.
Yeah, we'll see. It was kind of a weird time for the whistle there. Not sure, we're still unclear whether it was a timeout or a foul. We know there was a timeout. Maybe seeing if a foul occurred first. Sure, we'll get word in just a moment. You get a third set of eyes over to the monitor. For Montclair State, foul trouble. Miles Primus with 4, Kunga Sering with 4, Ahmad Robertson with 4.
And those have really been the players who've had to do a lot defensively. We talk about the amount of fouls WNE was able to draw today. That's a good example of how that kind of comes into play, not just going to the free throw line, but also limiting the ability of some of Montclair's best defenders.
Now back to the floor here. And still discussing. So yes, Western New England will go to the free throw line here. Not sure if maybe there was a challenge on the foul call. Not 100% sure. It's going to be Morales with the foul, his second. And at the free throw line, Restall. First one off the mark. Restall, 22 points today. 9 of 11 shooting. He's also got the team lead in rebounds, assists, and steals. Masterful. 18-point lead.
MSU's got to move quickly here.
Jackson, one pump, he lets it fly.
And the putback dunk for Primus, wow! Somebody get air traffic control on the line. Primus just went flying.
And on the other end, Restall is once again fouled by Morales. But wow, what a play from Miles Primus. A terrific putback jam.
But as soon as that happens, before we can even finish talking about that, Restall picks up or draws yet another foul. That's what makes his game so good.
25 fouls on the day for Montclair State.
This is going to be his 8th free throw attempt for Restall. Absolutely unbelievable for them.
They didn't even shoot that many in the first half, it felt like. Montclair State, for the most part, did nice work with maintaining the fouls to a minimum. It got out of hand here in the second. Goss, a three, yes! And so a 15-point game.
And they're going to be more of that. We're starting to see a little bit of the Cameron Goss we saw in the first half early.
Goss, a team lead 15 points for the freshman. One of the few bright spots today for Montclair State. Fans wanted a push off. Instead, it's going to be a Restall foul.
And that has to be frustrating. I don't think, in my years covering college basketball, I've seen a player who's been able to draw fouls as well as Tim Restall. And I say to that, don't hate the player, hate the game. He's talented at making sure he gets to the line. That's where he excels. And he gets himself there.
It is absolutely a skill, especially in today's game of basketball. Free throws more and more part.
And I feel like it's just been a part of this game this entire second half, really.
It has been the entire game in the second half. 3 minutes to go and a 17-point lead as Restall hits both. Goss, so shifty. He gets it outside Flanagan. He's got to let it rip. Rebound to Restall once again. Taken away though, Morales. Flanagan is blocked from behind. Great defensive play. Six on the shot clock. It's a three. Comes up short for Geithner. Transition basket needed. A Jackson three.
And they call it the other way.
They'll say last touch by a Red Hawk. 2:03 on the clock.
And we'll get a timeout.
Timeout on the floor in a 17-point game. And Ryan, I mean, by any stretch of the imagination, can the Red Hawks get back into this game?
I'm not sure if they can. It has just been a fantastic lights out performance for WNE this evening. They came on the road against a tough crowd here in Montclair, and they just stayed composed. They got the job done. And now they can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, only 2 minutes left. And then they go to the Sweet 16.
Quick timeout there. You're right, the Bears on the doorstep of being 1 of 16 By the way, I want to give you an update here. Montclair State, the women's team, playing against SUNY Geneseo in the second round of the tournament. They trail at the half, 36-25. Both teams coming off upset wins. Wanted to be able to give you that update there. We have another timeout there off the inbounds pass.
Yeah, that game being played down in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Right now for the Red Hawks, Craigwell and Orlando are both tied at 5 for the leading scorers for the Red Hawks. On the other end, it's Grace Galgiano, who has 9, leading the scoring for the day. Should be very interesting to see how that game develops in the second. They pulled off the big upset yesterday, as we talked about in getting the broadcast, but now that's where the rubber meets the road for them.
The women's basketball team for Western New England also playing, and they lead it over Gettysburg College 28-26 at the half. So far, nice days for the Bears and tough days for the Red Hawks. Another turnover, it's Casper driving to the rack, and we'll get a goaltend call. The basket will count. Nice effort from Primus, got there a tick late.
And at that point, you have to risk it there.
Goss is going to be fouled. 1:41 on the clock here in a 19-point game. It's going to be the third on Restall.
Goss today led the way for MSU. 15 points, 5 for 11 for the field, 3 for 7 from 3 points.
Cabry and Goss, certainly a bright future ahead, up to 16 points, the rookie of the year. You see that confidence, especially back in the first couple of games in the season. He has come a long way. Has the team lead with 17. Restall on the other end. He's got 29.
And he's just doing it the way he's been doing it all day. Nothing fancy, up and in.
Goss, step back Jay. And we get a foul.
And that'll be it for Miles Primus. He fouls out of the game.
The Bears euphoric.
And the Red Hawks beside themselves.
It was an incredible season here. Montclair State, their first conference championship in 22 years. And just their second national tournament appearance in that time frame.
It was a great season for sure for Montclair State. Winning that conference championship, what a moment here in this very building for the fans and the school, this institution. But now the Red Hawks will be looking for answers after the season is over.
2 years ago, they dropped a first-round game to Hamilton College in the national tournament. This year they win a game. They get to host the first round. A 20-plus point victory over Utica yesterday. Now on the other end of a lopsided loss. Morales, a three. Rebounded and put back up by Quante Rogers, the senior. Timeout, Montclair State.
They'll burn another timeout with under a minute left. Down 18 still.
We'll see what they want to do here.
Really want to emphasize how big of a moment this is for the Golden Bears. This is a program that before yesterday has never won an NCAA tournament game. And now, 48 hours later, they are playing for the Sweet 16. They are one of the few programs left, and they will be contending for a national championship. Be interesting to see how the seeding works out here. It will be interesting to see if they'll be able to potentially host a game back at their place. It would be surely a seminal moment for their program. Everything just seems to be turning up right for Western New England. They've won their conference championship for the first time in 25 years. And now everything just seems to be rolling in the right direction. All credit to Coach Colin Tabb, who's been the architect of this turnaround.
Yeah, these wins, very deservedly so. Absolutely. They have come out the last 2 days. They have played their style of basketball unapologetically. After the win yesterday over Hamilton College, I said some people take it as being cocky, but we really are just so connected, and we celebrate everything.
Absolutely, celebrate everything. You came out here into an opposing arena, you won, you took down the host team, you took down a team yesterday, celebrate all you want. These guys earned it.
Rustall, a victory lap here at the free throw line. By the way, for Montclair State, senior Francisco Paulino came in and will now check out. A powerful moment for him, his final time on the court as a Red Hawk.
You know,
and you're going to see also Kieran Flanagan and Mike Jackson, as well as Quante Rogers, the seniors, getting one last cherished moment here. Very powerful.
For Francisco Paulino to even be suited up right now is such a big moment for him. I think in the season he did suffer that injury, and Coach Potts actually told me that he was never going to be able to play, but he did get in the game. He did score points. And now wrap up his campaign. For Kieran Flanagan, Quante Rogers, Mike Jack, emotional moments right now. Those players have been part of the DNA, the lifeblood of Montclair State athletics. And now they take it in for the last time.
Yeah, they have been part of this program turnaround. You see Mike Jackson heading to the bench. Kieran Flanagan as well. Montclair State legends at this point. Also, some other seniors that deserve credit. Quante Rogers, the second year with the program after transferring from Rowan College of South Jersey Gloucester, the Atlanta native.
And I'll speak to both Jackson and Quante Rogers. I mean, I've been in classes with them before here at Montclair, you know, and two of just the nicest people you've ever, you know, been able to interact with. We've really definitely been able, it's been a pleasure for sure being able to cheer on these guys and support them. For sure, see them develop as basketball players. Absolute stand-up individuals. Kieran Flanagan, a class act as well.
Yeah.
Every single time you speak to him, every time he speaks to the team, such maturity. And again, he lays himself out for the Red Hawks every single day.
Luis Armas, a senior. Brent Holbrook, also a senior. And Henry Myers, too, also definitely deserve their flowers.
Brent Holbrook has been one of those players who's just been underrated the entire time, and he's been a joy to watch.
Corner three comes up short. Montclair State running the floor. They'll turn it over with the shot clock now unplugged. Well, actually, they'll overturn that call and give it to the Red Hawks. It's Goss, the freshman. Off the mark for him. Up the floor for the final time, Western New England. And the Golden Bears are still dancing. They'll head to the Sweet 16.
What a moment for the Golden Bears. They'll advance to the Sweet 16.
Back-to-back days and 2 upset wins.
I mean, this has to be the best weekend in program history, right? I mean, no wins in the NCAA tournament just a few days ago. Now, 2 in a row, 2 challenging tests. And now, they have a very legitimate shot at the NCAA championship.
I wouldn't say there's any team rolling like them right now with this kind of momentum. As they celebrate with their fans.
And what a moment of joy for these players, able to celebrate with their loved ones who came all the way down here to support. Their journey will continue.
For Montclair State, this is the end of their season. One of the most successful in program history.
Obviously, the season for MSU not ending the way they wanted to. But you have to say that it has been an incredible run from this MSU team. First NJAC championship since 2003. Won an NCAA game. There's still more work to do from their side.
And no doubt that this will, in the long run, make them better. No doubt that Justin Potts, the rest of the NJAC coaching staff of the year will remember this as we break here on the Red Hawk Sports Network and on NCAA.com. Thanks so much for being with us. From CJ Staniak, Ryan Nussbaum, our entire Red Hawk Sports Network crew. The final basketball game of the season here from Panzer Athletic Center. And it's the Western New England Golden Bears moving on to the Sweet 16.